Welcome back to 12 Hours of Geekmas, brought to you by the Geekly Council. I am Jane Ritt, and I will be leading you through the final stretch of this incredibly messed up elf-based adventure, where many members of the Geekly community have played the same 4 elves through the trials and tribulations on their quest to free Santa from a block of ice. This is a lightweight dice-based RPG where players roll a d20 and add one of 4 festive ability scores: naughty, nice, merry, or bright. Some of the elves are very naughty. None of them seem to be all that bright. We'll kind of get to the rest of it through the course of the adventure. But before we dive in, let's go ahead and introduce the players and elves for this final stretch, starting with Coco.
Hi, I'm Coco, but my real name is Jonah. I'm on Inks and Issues, a geekly podcast, and I guess people were throwing out their Twitters earlier. I'm a real Jonah on Twitter.
How about Sprinkle and Puddin'?
Hi, I'm Sprinkle, played by James. I'm at James Young on Twitter, and I guess I'm on Dragon Heist under Greetings Adventurers.
And I'm playing Puddin', and my name is Monica, and I'm at Musical Curio on Twitter, and I also participate in Dragon Heist.
Last but certainly not least, here's Crispy.
Hey guys, Sarah here playing Crispy. You can find me over on your Wizard Harry at PotterPod or on my personal Twitter at HerLadyTompkins.
Wonderful. So, we find our 4 sticky elves clustered in the engine bay of a distant festive space station, peering through a porthole at a tube before them, where one of the massive rubies that powers this space station is the next item in their sights. You see, they're working their way through Santa's list of items in his journal, items of great power, that if wielded by elves will allow them to become strong enough to free him from a block of ice and save Christmas. So, you are in this little room. You still have a Keebler elf slung over Sprinkle's shoulder under duress. He's kind of kicking a little bit, but mostly he's just kind of sobbing quietly. And you have a ruby the size of a baby's head just on the other side of a doorway. What do you do?
Knock. Ding, 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 ding.
No answer.
What kind of door?
Yeah, good question.
Honestly, a pretty heavy bulkhead with all of these, bright little panels that say things like warning, extreme danger, and protective gear recommended.
That's just a suggestion, though, right?
Is
With
the
the power of Christmas magic, anything is possible.
are there any keyholes that we can put the ruby in?
So it looks like it's mostly like buttons and panels. There is like a big one that says open, with all of the warnings around it. And there's also a key code of numbers, like a panel right next to it.
We just start punching in numbers and just try and figure it out.
Incorrect code.
Okay.
Incorrect code. Please enter correct code.
Let's try 1, 2, 2, 5.
Correct code.
Okay. So has the door opened? Can we have the warnings gone away?
So everybody always uses their anniversaries and guys, at least do 1, 2, 3. If it was 1, 2, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, I wouldn't have been able to get this ruby.
Yeah, that's a great infosec tip, Crispy.
Oh.
So these huge deadbolts from within the door seem to slide upwards, and there's a pneumatic hiss as the room depressurizes, but the door is still closed. But there's a backlit light behind the button that says open now.
I think we gotta go push that button.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's all do it
Okay.
together.
I volunteer Sprinkles for that job.
All right. Sprinkle runs up and slams that button.
Yeah, while Marty is on your back being like, what are you doing?
or rather I like fling Marty and hit him on the button.
No! Marty like flings forward and his little sticky hand hits the button and the door slides up. You immediately hear, it sounds like a whip cracking as electricity arcs between all of these different rubies in a pattern. It seems like they arc between two, and then there's three, and then it kind of rotates around, and then occasionally, but very, very powerfully, the arc of lightning strikes the big ruby in the middle.
Fun.
Which is separate from the ruby that we have, right? Oh wait, we don't have the
We're
ruby
trying to
yet.
get that
We're
ruby.
trying to get
the ruby.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have any other precious gems on us?
I don't think so. Until recently, you did have a lot of chunks of bricks, but you have thrown those.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bricky.
Sometimes Bricky. Sometimes I think about Bricky, and I just think we should all pour one out. So if anybody has a flask of eggnog on them right now, before we venture forth, Bricky.
I mean,
yeah,
I
feel like
pretend to pour out this wine that no longer exists in my knife.
Yeah, I think Crispy, you definitely have a flask. Coco, I don't know if you have one, but you could.
So we're looking at all these power arcs.
Yep.
Is there any sort of like indication of where all this power is coming from?
So you have the sense that this room really provides the power for the entire huge space station. It's a department store with hundreds of different floors of luxury goods and robot customers. So it's definitely pretty powerful. And you have the sense that if you were to touch any of those jolts of electricity, it would be not great.
Wonderful.
So there's like no obvious source of like power that we could just
it's
conveniently switch
it does seem to be hopping between the different rubies primarily, as though they're generating.
Could we use Marty to disturb one of those arcs and then short circuit the whole thing?
Okay. So Coco, you're starting to look at this and you're like, is there a pattern here? And like your pupils dilate as you watch the arcing electricity. And I'm gonna need you to roll bright to see if you can crack the Da Vinci Code.
Oh man, I'm not very bright. For someone who's in R&D, I am very dumb.
Can I support? I'm very bright.
Sprinkle. Yeah, Sprinkle, why don't you help? So, but what you're going to use your turn, Sprinkle, to just kind of whisper like math in Coco's ear so that it kind of helps a little bit. So, Coco, why don't you roll with a +2?
Okay. So I got a 6, so I have 8. So not the best.
You are pretty sure that you've cracked it. You're like,
this is gonna be easy, everybody.
1, 2, arc. You're like, I got it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and time it just right to try and grab it when it's not being electrocuted. The one that we need.
Oh no.
Okay. So you take a step into the room.
Mhm.
It is actually 12 crystals surrounding the walls. It's like circular, this chamber, and then there's this big ruby hovering in the middle. So gonna do
Coco,
Yes.
before you grab it, maybe I should grab it because I don't feel hot.
Okay, that's fair. But do you feel electrical?
It's a great question, Puddin. Do you feel electrical?
I guess there's one way to find out.
Okay, so Puddin puts one tiny elf hand on Coco's shoulder, pushes Coco aside, strides into the room. How would you like to approach this task, Puddin?
I think it would be best if Kogo explained the pattern a few times and then decided to stand behind me and just bump me on the head when it was time to grab.
Okay.
So Coco starts explaining this pattern. Sprinkle, why don't you roll me bright?
Yes, I will do that. I rolled a 3 plus 4, which is a 7. Yeah, I'm typically a good problem solver, puzzle solver, but I don't know. I didn't sleep a lot last night, and so I'm trying to have a big like Zach Galifianakis moment right now. And I've explained what I think is the pattern to put in.
Yeah, you've
Is
done
it
this like
different than what
theoretical,
I
but you
did?
haven't done it applied. So
Yeah.
so you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, Coco, why don't you I think you're onto something. And therefore Puddin, armed with knowledge, enters the chamber.
All right. So I guess I will watch the pattern and then try to grab it at a point when the electricity is not currently passing through the ruby.
And you do try to grab it at a moment when the electricity is not currently passing through the ruby. And the electricity passes through the ruby while you are touching it. Can you make me a hearty roll, please?
Sure thing.
No, dude, that's gnarly.
Oh yeah,
That is a 16 plus 3 plus 2.
21. Right.
You, lightning fast, faster than lightning, in fact, snatch the ruby and pull it back as arcs of electricity powerful enough to keep an entire space station running wreath you like a magnificent crown. And you're backlit for a moment, holding this huge ruby aloft. And
Sick.
you're triumphant. And nothing seems to
Dang.
happen. Those backup crystals are there for a reason.
Nice.
One. Can I ask, did the shock make me no longer sticky?
Yeah, you are steaming a little bit, and you've sublimated sort of some of the ook that was stuck to you. But you managed to, your hair is a little bit standing on end, but you actually managed to get it sort of, somehow you timed it just right that the electricity was actually just going near the stone. With a roll that good, there's some Christmas magic happening because you're just a little bit staticky, but otherwise safe and not dead.
You know what? Very good.
Good
You
job. I
guys,
mean, I
you
guess
guys
you
got
are
it.
immune to electric.
I guess
mean,
so.
who knew?
No hot, no shock.
Put it on the
man.
character sheet. You can't be killed. So
Electric.
Holly, the festive shopping assistant, stands with her hands clasped, wearing her cute little cardigan with her little robot bob, and she says, "Ah, I see that you have survived, and you have the ruby that you needed. Wonderful. Another satisfied customer."
Thanks, Holly.
Meanwhile, the Santa's journal, which has previously kind of animated to provide other treasures to help you in your quest, it started steaming again and vibrating a little bit like a cell phone. It's playing like marimba.
Okay.
Should we answer that?
Do we open that? Yeah.
Flip.
Anyone
Do
have,
we wait
like,
for a
a-
voicemail?
Anyone have a stick that we can poke it with?
We have Marty.
Who's
That's
Marty's
true.
Marty's
yeah.
still on the floor crying, and I think that you like dumped eggnog out of a flask onto him, so he's just like
It's true, I did.
weeping openly. He says, "Please just leave me here. I don't want to go with you on this terrible journey."
All right. So I guess we're just gonna pick up Marty. Sprinkle's gonna pick up Marty and just kind of plop him on top of the book.
On top of the book.
And you hold it
Oh, we don't
closed,
know if it does
so your
anything.
quest items cannot be determined. Marty's just crying. Says, what is this thing? Why is it steaming? Why is it playing marimba?
Is
Okay,
it hurting you,
it doesn't
Marty?
seem-
If Marty, is it hurting you?
No,
Is it just bothering you?
you're bothering me. Here, take your
Okay, well,
take your dang book. And he like takes it and whips it at you. And because it's a magic book, it like flips open and hovers open on a page where you can see the magic text beginning to compose itself and swirl
Can I
around.
read it? I don't know if I can
Yes.
read.
Yeah, I lean
Okay.
in. 'cause
Yeah,
I wanna
you
see
lean
it.
in, and there's a picture of a gun and one
The most
label on it.
powerful
We
spell
have
of
to
all.
kill Santa, guys. I knew it. He was
It
no good from the
says-
beginning.
It says Silent Night.
Do we need to get a
Holly
silent?
says, you are looking for a gun with a silencer.
I was going to say we need
Wonderful.
to get a silencer, guys.
We have a wonderful array of ballistic and energy weapons available for purchase. With all of the money that is stuck to your person, I am sure that you can avoid our very reasonable prices.
So can
Somebody
you take us to
actually
a
have
gun
money
store?
stuck to them?
Yes. You briefly raided a Keebler elf hideout, murdered several of them quite brutally, and lit a great deal of money on fire. But
now that you say this, it's coming back to me.
yeah, you got some like contact electrical, issues. It happens to the best of us. So Holly says, well, I hope you have enjoyed the behind the scenes tours of the operation of Department Station. Now, let's head back to the customer approved area, shall we?
We shall.
Do we have
Right,
a choice,
everybody?
Holly?
Or you could stay here next to the electricity hole and be apprehended by security.
Fine, Holly,
no,
you make a compelling point.
I know. Come along. She sort of walks over. Like the last time when you were transported through the employee-only tunnels, it's a mnemonic tube that has gifts and sort of wrapped, violin cases and Cuisinarts and teddy bears and toys. But it's not just used for cargo, it's also used for the employees of the station who are primarily robots, and Holly just steps backward and is whisked away by the current. You know that this is a painful but relatively safe mode of transport. However, Marty is, just dead weight on the floor, pleading to not make him go back in the tube.
Oh, I don't like this. Is there if we look around, is there like any can we get in like a toboggan or something that might like keep our bodies like somehow safe, or is there anything around us to like protect us?
Some barrels. You
Is there bubble? Oh, I was thinking bubble wrap, but barrels.
You know what? There is like construction material, and it does seem like this station is insulated with bubble wrap. So you could like wrap yourself up potentially.
That's what I'm thinking, guys. Bubble wrap.
Hey.
I think Puddin would go wrap Marty up first, and then just kind of like chuck him like you're throwing like a sleeping bag in the car.
Yeah.
I hate you very much, and I hope that I don't rejoin you.
Good luck.
I'm a little overexcited about this plan since I'm normally in the gift wrapping division, and I just go to town wrapping Marty to make sure that he is can get thrown around, no damage, even if he went through the USPS, he'd be fine.
Sprinkle
actually,
helps.
it's a little bit tight around the head with the plastic, but he'll be fine.
Oh, I take my wine bottle knife and cut him some air holes.
Yes, for safety. Yeah.
And they're still barrels.
So a montage,
definitely.
Yeah. So there's barrels, there's bubble wrap, there's a montage of the elves. How do you all get yourself safe?
I think Puddin would
I for
put
sure
bubble wrap on their head and then just Superman into the the tube.
Excellent. The safest possible configuration.
Sprinkle is going to affix a bunch of bubble wrap into the inside of the barrel because Sprinkle is like a master engineer. So,
Yes.
Has engineered the barrel for maximum safety and like has essentially molded a like nice chair out of bubble wrap inside the barrel, and then is like, hey, could someone throw me into the tube?
San Francisco, they call that a tiny home.
I will assist him getting into the tube in his magnificent chair. And as
Coco,
I'm
you just roll.
seeing, yeah, I actually was wrapping the outside of a barrel with like gift wrapping it, and then look at his and go, oh, as I put him in the tube, and I redo mine to be a really crappy version of what he just did.
But way more stylish.
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgo the barrel completely. I like make like I have like a Kevlar vest of bubble wrap. I have like full armor, like a samurai sort of huge helmet. I just go full huge armor, just dive, like swan dive right into the tunnel.
You know what? I'll say this is a strangely effective form of protection. And while everybody who made barrels, that was a good way to get through the tunnel, you're going to be one point harder to hit moving forward as long as you are garbed in your armor of bubble wrap. Although there may be some situations where it's not especially convenient. So put in, since you are not protected and you've also wrapped your head in plastic, I'm gonna have you make a hardy roll to see how you fare in this tube.
That is a 17 plus 3 plus 2.
Wonderfully.
Dang.
You actually come out like feeling really good. It's like an invigorating massage, all the different angles that you hit the side of this tube. And you see that Holly has sort of stepped out into just a huge room full of cases, full of guns. So you're able to kind of roll out. Marty's already there, still crying. And indeed, the other elves too are able to exit to various degrees of gracefulness into a room that smells like tobacco and shoe leather. It's all like teal carpets and low lights and mahogany cabinets. And
We made it to America, guys.
Yeah.
and Holly says, "Welcome to the gun show. Describe your ideal weapon."
Ollie, can I have tickets to the gun show?
Oh, you're already admitted.
Ooh.
She like shows a little.
That's what I was.
Yeah, she shows a little
Holly, yeah.
robot arm, but like it's really like because she's like a slender like bot. So, but there's like a servo and it kind of creaks a little because she doesn't make that movement very often. She goes, "Oh, I need maintenance." Meanwhile, from the shadows towards the back of the room, a hovering robot glides out. He has like one wide glass band and a single red light that kind of tracks back and forth across the room, and then fixes on the elves and says, "What weapon do you desire?"
Is the book still open so we can just show?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you can lift the book open.
All right, yeah. So Sprinkle's holding the book and flips to the right page, holds it up, and is like, "We're looking for the Silent Knight."
A wonderful choice. This is a powerful and legendary weapon, an artifact left here some time ago by an ancient Christmas warrior and noted weird guy. However, station regulations prohibit the sale of a weapon that is this powerful to an unlicensed practitioner. To wield Silent Knight lawfully on this station, you must complete a challenge, making precise shots in our gun range. Who is
I'm
your
into it.
champion? Who do you nominate for this task?
Who do we think is best at this?
Shooting a gun? I don't know. You tell me.
What stat is most useful for gun shooting? Why is it not naughty?
I mean, it seems
Right?
like it'd
Wouldn't it be
kinda
naughty?
I think it's naughty.
I
Who's
think
the
I think
naughtiest
it's naughty.
because it is not
I
me.
think that would be crispy.
Mine says, yeah, I'm like, it says 3. Mine, well, it was 2 or 3, and now it says 3 plus 2. So something happened
you
somewhere
got-
in my
you-
past.
Yeah, in your past, you got
Probably when I killed that Keebler elf and then went to a fugue state. So
Yeah.
I
That
guess
could be it.
I would love to shoot some guns.
Excellent.
We nominated you.
What a magnificent choice. Follow me to the gun range. And the hovering robot sort of swivels around and starts scooting forward past, it's not just guns, actually, as you keep walking through. It's
Rocket
also
launchers.
like futuristic, like rocket launchers, laser rifles. There's like an old-timey, like actual cannon. There are
Nice.
like pikes and daggers, like all kinds of
And I get
weaponry.
a
The
Gatling.
Morning Star. Oh, guys, a Christmas wish list right here.
Are there primitive
so-
weapons there?
An atlatl rat.
At
What,
Lattle?
like a caveman club? I mean,
Yeah,
there
or
are
like
all kinds of weapons
slingshots.
here.
Yeah.
There are slingshots. You do notice though that all of them have this little placard on it that says, "For assistance, please see an associate."
Hmm.
So not-
But the gun robot is not waiting up for you. He's just gliding up to a pair of mahogany doors, slides one of his like hooked hands through, and pulls it open into it looks like a laser tag arena. Like there's all kinds of grids taped on the floors and walls, and like it's has low lighting and all kinds of
Oh.
like grids up above. He says, "This is where
I'm ready to like
Demonstrate-
estimate a couple 12-year-olds.
this is where you will demonstrate your skill and worthiness to wield the Silent Knight."
Okay. So, how do I get me started? I just need to shoot stuff. Is that what I'm doing right now? Just shooting random stuff?
Yes, but safety protocols require me to inform you that because this is a Class C legendary item, the test is quite difficult, and your opponents will shoot back.
Okay. Well, do I need like armor? Do I need like a safety video? Am I just like can I have a gun? I don't even have a gun right now.
You seem already suitably attired for this task. What with your bubble wrap all around you.
That's true. It is pretty it's pretty foolproof right there, yeah.
In this arena, there will be 2 trained robots with guns, and you will be armed with the Silent Knight. He, his tummy pops open, and there's like a little lever with a pillow. On the pillow is a handgun with a silencer.
Okay. I take the handgun. Can I take it?
Yep, you can take it.
I'm just gonna quickly give it a smell.
Smells
a
good.
kiss.
Smells real good. It's
Nice on the lips. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
cold and beautiful. He says, "You
Can
need not."
I name it Blitzen? I'm naming it Blitzen.
It already has a name.
I feel like I thought that was the brand name.
You can
Can I argue
rename
with this
it.
robot.
You can rename it once you purchase the weapon. Once
okay,
you
fine.
prove your readiness.
Fine. Okay.
And the pillow retracts and the door swings shut. And he says,
Rude.
"Your task is not to kill the robots, although you may. Your task is only to survive for 1 minute. Fellow
Well,
customers,
easy.
please leave the lobby."
Oh no.
All right.
Is there a viewing window?
I was going to say.
Yes, please. Of course. To the viewing area / infirmary / morgue. So he sort of ushers you over. The chairs are actually like pretty awkwardly high for you, but you're able to like, climb up. Meanwhile, Crispy stands in the room, surrounded by these tape grids, and a klaxon starts going off, and a door closes behind you, like dropping from the ceiling. The lights go down, and then they come up, and it's like black light, and there are just glowing splotches of blood and gore everywhere, and you hear rustling from elsewhere in the room.
Oh my god, this is just like the Warp Tour 2003, and I am not ready for this again, guys.
So roll me naughty to conceal your position from the robots.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I got a 19 plus 5.
Oh.
You disappear like the shadows. You see a robot ducking out, holding a gun, but he does not see you.
Can I fire right at his head, like right between his eyeballs?
You can.
Yes.
He also only has the like one eyeball that's like tracking back and forth, but you can hit him right in the red if you roll
I just
good
want to
enough.
just rain his little Gordy vision helmet thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Naughty.
Okay. Let's see. I'm also gonna hold it like sort of like sideways. I know that's the worst way to shoot.
Oh, you look so good. That's
you.
it. You get a +2 for being not just firing a gun, but firing it in the naughtiest possible way.
Thank you. So it's 13, and then I got my 5 from naughty, and then my 2. So 20. Yeah.
Right between the
Yes.
eye. There's sparks glistening through the air. It's actually kind of familiar to what you saw just before. The robot's head pops off, but still he rotates to face you.
Oh my god,
And-
this is my worst nightmare.
But he can't seem to find you, so he just scoots off again.
Okay. So do I see any other robots at this point?
Not at this time. You just see the one that's kind of heading away, just about to turn a corner.
What kind of feet / mechanism is he escaping on? Does he have like wheels? Does he have little tiny feet? Does he have fins? I don't know.
He's hovering. It looks like there's a small device that's causing like blue light to shoot down to keep him in the air.
And I shoot at that device to try and like knock him over.
You can try.
Oh, I'm gonna try. I want to like, and also this time I'm like gonna get on the ground and like sniper it. I know this is not a sniper weapon, but I'm gonna go for like the most accurate shoot I can.
Okay. So you crouch down. You take aim.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what I got. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Let's go. 20. What?
A natural 20.
Yes.
That is a Christmas miracle. So you and everyone else get a miracle point that you can spend to activate your special abilities. And also the robot explodes in a fireball as you thread the needle and get a gun shot from Silent Night silently up its hoo-hole. And it just...
Yes.
The entire dark room is
Hold that.
illuminated. And then it falls ever
Beautiful.
darker. You hear the mechanical whirring as a robot asks, "Brother?"
Oh my god. Where do I know where it's kind of hear where it's coming from?
Why don't you roll me
Another-
bright to see if you can find him?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I got a 2 and then a 2. It's a 4.
No, you're frantically scanning the room, but you're so low down on the ground from your sniper shot that you do
Okay.
not even notice as the second robot comes up behind you and levels his gun at you and says, "I know that killing you will not bring him back, but I must try." And he is going to roll against you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can I use my gift here?
What is your gift, Sprinkle?
My Sprinkle's gift makes all elves invisible for a minute or until they attack. I don't know if I have to like touch Crispy to do this.
You do not. You do not. You can spend your miracle point.
I will spend.
And you and all of the other elves.
I will spend the miracle point to make us all invisible.
So the robot cocks the gun and then suddenly, the elf is gone. His eye, which was fixed on you, begins to rotate. He says, "Where did you go, you filthy elf? I will kill you for what you did to my brother. This was business, but now it's personal. Where are you?"
So I feel like I'm at this point, like he was like right behind me, right? And had his gun up to me. So I don't want to make any noise. Also, by the way, Sprinkles, if you're invisible now, can you like come out and help me? But that's a whole different thing. I'm not going to yell to you. So I think I'm going to try. I'm afraid that if I turn around, like I'm sure that this robot can like sense noise, right? So so I like feel like I'm gonna try and like I can't decide the best way because I feel like shooting like upside down over my shoulder is the dumbest thing I could do, especially since I'll probably
minute, right?
And
and I go deaf in one ear, but you know what? I have no time. Also, I'm not thinking. Also, I'm an idiot. So I'm just gonna go like this. And just try and shoot this way and hope I don't break both my arms and deafen myself in my left ear. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay, that's I guess that's gonna be naughty.
I think it's dumb. Can I roll dumb? Okay, I'll roll.
Yeah, maybe bright actually to see if you
That's
can like
not
somehow calculate the angle based on what you heard, and like you can see the light tracking, so you're like, gotta do some quick math and also shoot backwards behind my head.
Oh yeah, I'm Robocoping this in my brain. None of the equations make sense. They're all like E equals MC squared, A plus B equals C.
There's like
none
a
of them
QR
are actual real
code
science
floating around. There's like a barcode.
Yes. Yeah, some random like the Matrix letters, which actually are just like Japanese sushi recipes and stuff like that, just like in the background. Okay, so I'm rolling it. Oh, guys, this is bad stuff. I got a 6, and my bright is 8. I don't think I have anything that can help me with this. Do I have? I will say. I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything that I can make that better.
Yeah.
I think it's as bad as it is.
So you were trying to do something incredibly difficult, and you did it
And stupid.
not especially well. So you like crank your arms back behind your head and fire. A couple of things happen at once. One, you take a hit point of damage as your elbows like rocket forward into the ground, striking your funny bones with an immense amount of force and feeling real bad. You also are now deafened because there is a ringing in your ears so profound you have never heard it, even the time that you got trapped inside the giant bell on top of Santa's tower. And also, the invisibility only lasts until you attack, which...
Oh, that I didn't know, so that's good to know now.
Live and learn.
And you know what? I might not live for that much longer.
And the robot says, "There you are." Takes aim, firing a shot. Oh, that is an 18 on the die as the robot takes a point-blank shot at the back of Crispy's skull.
Oh no, Crispy.
Or
all that. Remember, I have a big helmet of bubble wrap on.
Yeah, and that made it harder for him to hit you, but he was really, really mad. And you take 5 damage from a point blank bullet fired by a robot into your dumb little elf skull.
And I have tinnitus. Today's the fucking worst day.
And your elbows are really ouchy. So okay, the elbows were 1 damage, and now
no.
you've taken additional damage. How are you doing, Crispy?
Oh, well, let's see where I'm at. I think that I'm at 9 and I have max of 11. If that's correct. I think I was previously at 4 hit points. I could be wrong, but I think that's where it's at. So I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great, Holly. I'm not doing great.
So total, where does that put you currently?
Total hit
Mhm.
points? 9.
Okay. So
Yeah.
It's
bad.
It's real bad.
Is that how much damage you have versus your max health, or how many you have left?
Yeah.
Well, I had max. That's a good point.
Yeah,
point.
I think
Because mine like
I mean,
says 7 and max 12, but I don't know which direction that's going, I guess.
so it's basically I believe, and chat, please shout out if I'm wrong on this.
Yeah, I don't know where I was at before. Oh, I'm at 4 health.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm at 4 health.
Yes, that makes more sense. I was like,
4
how are you
left.
doing that
Thank you.
good? A robot
Thank you,
just
people
shot
who
you in
know.
the head.
I was doing bad stuff. Well, actually, I thought that I only had 2 points left. So I'm actually doing better than I thought I was. I thought I had 2 health. I have 4. Guys, I am 30, flirty, and thriving.
So elves who were in the viewing gallery, a lot just happened. Sprinkle just used a Christmas miracle to make your friend invisible. Your friend then tried to shoot backwards behind and immediately went visible again and got absolutely nailed by a vengeful robot. Anything else you'd like to do from the viewing gallery?
So I have the ability to get health back, but I have to make a festive speech, but they can't hear me in there, I assume.
Also,
They're ringing
extremely
in the
deafened
ear.
because of aforementioned bullet.
So I don't
Well,
think
does it
I
matter
can-
if I can't hear it? Do you know American Sign Language?
Or Elvish sign
'Cause
language.
maybe
Elvish
Crispy
Sign
or
Language.
Elvish. Well, I'm an American elf. Excuse me.
Who's the brightest of the 3 in this room?
It's probably me.
I was gonna say, can
Yeah.
you translate
Maybe
my
can
speech?
you mime it? Or can you mime it? Can you like tell us what you're doing in mime and we can just interpret it in our souls?
Well, okay, what I'm going to say is that if you want to make an impassioned speech to try and heal Crispy, Coco, you're going to have to make the speech. And Sprinkle, you're going to have to convey it in Elvish Sign Language so that Crispy can see it and be healed. So this is a big moment. Crispy's hurt real bad. Do your thing, elves.
I'm good.
Okay. I bang on the window to get your Crispy, right? I want to make sure I'm getting the names right.
Yes.
So I bang
Crispy's
on the window.
feeling pretty crispy right now, yeah.
Attention, which I assume
I like
works.
turn over. Yeah, I can't hear you, so I didn't hear you bang on the window. Can you like flash a light or something?
Can we flash the light in
And
this?
as
Puddin'
we all
is reflecting light off the ruby.
As we all
Ooh.
know,
Thank you.
Elvish Sign Language is primarily just festive dancing. So I expect to see a lot of that from Sprinkle.
Okay. Sprinkle.
Perfect. Okay, I saw the reflection from the ruby and I followed it. And now I'm looking
Now you're looking.
now I'm looking over and I see you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
Coco, it's your time.
Crispy. We're all in this together. It is the time of year where we all come together to accomplish miracles. We need to use everything in our power to save Santa so that Christmas won't be ruined. just remember the children. They're relying on us. They need us to fulfill our destiny as elves. And this is your chance to shine. You've already shown how amazing you are with Silent Night. You just got to do it one more time, or just survive another, what, like 30 seconds? How much time is left? Maybe I can just keep talking for a while, and but I believe in you, and we all believe in you, and Santa believes in you, and the children, guess who they believe in? You, Crispy. They believe in you.
Time is up. The trial has been passed. Truly, you deserve to wield this weapon. Everyone else hears that. Chris,
I can't.
you
I
don't hear it, but everyone else is like, "Yay!" So you can gotta tell that.
I'm just looking around and they're cheering, so I'm assuming. And I don't see the other vengeful robot whose brother I have murdered.
Yeah.
So the good news is that gives us all 2 health.
Yeah. So everyone gets 2 health back, and you see the robot who says, "You escape this time," and lowers the gun. Everyone else hears that. You do not hear that. You just see the robot kind of talking to you, but
I think we made an arch enemy in this last scene.
So
Can I tell Jane? Can I tell Sprinkles? That was beautiful.
you can.
I mean,
it's a beautiful
moment. That unironically.
Yeah. And
But
gun
he's
robot.
just waving.
Gun
I'm
robot
trying
is like,
to understand what you're saying, Pudding, and I'm like, I don't understand your accent. I don't.
Gun robot turns and swivels to face you, and you can see that a tear of oil, I guess, is like dripping down its face. You're not clear if that's because of his fallen coworker, or maybe he speaks Elvish Sign Language and was witness to that beautiful moment, or just the dancing. I mean, that was powerful stuff. But the gun robot says, "You may keep this weapon for a low price of $500.
What? Thank you. Can't hear him say that though. Never mind.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'd be appalled.
Puddin' is digging around in all their pockets.
Well, we have all that money stuck to us, right? So we're just ripping it off.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just like,
That's
you're
true.
just like peeling it off like a banana and like sticking it. And like as you make a pile, it makes like this wet squelch. It's really pretty awful. And he says 20, 30, 4, and like you have to stand there as like he counts all of the money. He says, "Excellent. Please take care of Silent Night. I hope it was worth it."
I don't hear
And
any of
no.
that warning. Just take it.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
I think Puddin' would say, "Well, I know you lost your brother. Do you want an elf brother? Because he doesn't like us anymore." And pointing at Marty.
Yeah, Marty is still like bound up really tightly in the bubble wrap. And he looks up at the robot. He says, "Will you be my brother?" And the robot says, "No," and swivels and retreats back into the darkness. Marty just chokes back a sob and just rolls back into the gun room.
Sorry, Marty, we tried.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Silent Night now, right?
You have Silent Night, and you look down at the book that has given you so many treasures to make you stronger in your fight to rescue Santa. And then you turn the page, and on the page it says, "There's no more time. Santa needs you now. We are under attack. They're sieging the North Pole. They're sieging Christmas Town. Wherever you are, across the galaxy, you must return as fast as possible."
All right, let's go. What's the fastest way back?
Can I hear? I still can't hear, can I?
No.
Wait, is Crispy still in the gun room? Do we have to like grab them?
No, the door rolled up.
I think Puddin would
and
go over
Crispy
and
was
be
able
like,
to come
"Get
back.
on, Crispy. We gotta go."
Yeah, Crispy's alive, but like kind of bleeding a lot from the back. Like it was a point blank shot, and like she's held together mostly by inspiration and holiday cheer at this point.
I'll give them
And now at this point too, I put my hair up in like a bun, and like it's being held together by Silent Night. It's just holding my bun in place. So that's where I'm keeping Silent Night for right now, guys. And I think I'm on your
So
back,
Holly-
Puddin.
Yeah.
Yep. So Holly says, "Is this the end of your shopping experience at Department Station? Have I been satisfactory?"
Once
been
we're to the
amazing.
sleigh, you'll have done everything we needed.
And then you will fill out the survey to indicate your pleasure with my level of service.
We'll do it on the
Right?
way home.
Yeah, could you email it to us?
Okay. I will bring you back to your vehicle in all due haste. And then she sort of rolls off back onto an escalator, not facing you, just staring off into the middle distance as you descend on your way back to the lobby. Crispy's still bleeding considerably.
Yeah, I'm just a mess.
But on the plus side, you don't have to listen to any of the Christmas music that they pipe in. You know, you heard that.
Or any of the chattering of any of the other elves. So thank God.
That's true. That's true. You know, all of the well-dressed, properly groomed robots are giving you sort of weird looks. You know, you're covered in blood, you're covered in money, you're covered in other blood. There's a lot of incidences of elf blood kind of in this whole situation. But so you descend back through floors and floors of cutlery and kitchenware and clothes and clothes part 2, and there's like 15 floors of different types of clothes and scarves and outerwear. And then finally you make your way to the end of Department Station, where all of the different docking bays are situated, and you find your sleigh with Murdoch dozing in the front seat, underneath like a pile of like circulars and coupons and stuff like that.
Murdoch, we gotta go.
What? I'm up. What happened to you people?
Don't worry about it. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Let's go.
Don't worry about it.
Go!
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Santa's
Yeah.
in danger.
Come on in. And Holly looks at you and says, "I hope that you had a satisfactory trip to Department Station. I hope that my service level was exemplary. Please fill out the survey. Please fill out the survey. Please
Okay.
fill out the survey."
I love
Thank
surveys.
you.
I will fill it
Yep.
out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Happy holidays to you too, Holly.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
I don't know what to
And Murdoch pulls the lever, and the sleigh jets backwards, back into the darkness of the night, surrounded by stars, as Department Station gets smaller and smaller behind you. And the book begins to sizzle again. Santa's journal. Could it be that there's another item? It just said that you had to leave and go home.
All right. Sprinkle's gonna open the book and see what's up.
And the last item of power listed on the page is one Keebler elf, orphaned. But luckily you already have him, because he's just in the back of the sleigh, sobbing quietly. You've done it. You've gotten another item of power.
Thank you.
Just
Guys,
rolling
what's
around.
happening?
Like, I'm gonna show Marty the page of the book and be like, "Look, it was all worth it."
I'm assuming he's still
What
bugged.
terrible tome is this?
Meanwhile,
What do you want from me?
You're gonna go see Santa.
Why?
He wants to say hey.
Okay.
He'll give you a new toy.
With your help, we will save Santa.
I don't want a toy. I'm an adult elf. I'm 800 years old. Please. But, you're kind of used to his tears and his crying by now. You're able to buckle yourselves in. You're able to kind of buckle him in. He's in like a tube for safekeeping. Seems like Murdoch has kind of figured out how to drive the rocket sled a little bit better than before. And soon you see Earth growing ever larger in front of you, surrounded by stars. And you graze sort of the orbit flying towards the North Pole. You see the familiar continent getting larger and larger before you. And that protective egg of force that helped, keep you safe as you exited the atmosphere opens again as you hurtle towards the North Pole and a final showdown.
And we all take a deep breath like when you take your mask off when you get home.
Yes. And actually you can, because you were wearing like the spacesuits that whole time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Which actually I guess means that probably if you wanted to take those off, it would almost be like you hadn't committed a ton of separate murders on a space station.
You might do that then. Also, is there a first aid kit on the sleigh?
Yes, it was in the glove compartment actually.
Perfect.
So you had to like knock it out of the way to activate the rockets, but it's still on the like passenger side. You can grab that.
Can we do a slight patch job so we're not actively, or Crispy is not actively dripping blood, and maybe wrap up their ears?
Yeah, I mean Crispy's ears I feel like were drooping kind of, the like little elf ears. Roll me bright to see if you can do a little bit of healing.
Guys, how do I look? I feel great.
That's a 7 + 2.
Okay,
No.
you managed to wrap Crispy's head in bandages, which like honestly is kind of a relief visually, because seeing the big hole in the back of Crispy's head was a little rough. So like potentially it doesn't help from a healing perspective, but from an aesthetic perspective, you much prefer it this way.
I feel like Crispy probably isn't. That's more important.
Can I come in and try to do a better job?
Sure, but this is your last band-aid, so
Guys really care. You assholes really care, and I don't know why.
With it? All right, I'll do it. Oh, that's a nat 20 over here.
Oh, that is a Christmas miracle. Everybody add a miracle point.
Yay.
And Crispy, I'm gonna let you have 3 hit points back. Don't spend them all in one place.
Yeah, I was a volunteer EMT back in Elf College. So this is secondhand for me.
Elf medical technician.
Yeah.
Am I still deaf?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Nerds.
And the protective egg around the sleigh begins to glow as you re-enter Earth's atmosphere. So it's just red flames leaping up very festively around you. But beyond that, it's just the pure expanse of white that is your home. It's Christmas Town. It's getting larger and larger in front of you as you descend and descend. And you see quite the melee developing beneath. 2 factions of elves appear to be fighting brutally with fists and candy cane weapons. They're really getting into it. And on a loudspeaker, you hear a frankly abrasive voice booming even while you're up in the air before you manage to land. And it says, "Get 'em, boys!"
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that.
Are we the them that they want to get?
Ugh.
Murdoch's
What
like,
do we do?
Murdoch's like,
Guys,
do you
whatever's
mind?
happening down there looks sick.
Murdoch says, Do y'all mind if I just like go low and slow and you just hop out? I don't want to get all wrapped up in whatever this is.
Yeah, Puddin's definitely gonna tuck and roll out. Vehicle.
Okay. I think I can get to a height of like 5 to 10 feet, but there's a lot of snow down there, so you should be fine.
Let's go.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and make sure you take the crying one. I don't want to deal with that.
Well, should I take Marty or should I continue to take Crispy?
Yeah, I guess I'll continue to take Marty.
Okay. Okay. So Murdoch brings the
If I could hear that, I would have been very offended.
Murdoch brings the sleigh low, just to like skim the surfaces of the little like gingerbread houses that your colleagues live in. And you're able to just tuck and roll out the side of the sleigh, landing safely in a bed of snow and blood as the battle rages around you.
We need to get to Santa, right?
Yeah.
And
Why
free
don't you
him?
make us invisible so we can run?
Yeah, all right. Sprinkle's gonna use their gift again to make us all invisible so we can get to safety and get to Santa.
Yep, and there's like a little magical twinkle. You all blink out of existence, including Marty, because Marty is also an elf, and the power works on all elves, and like 3 of the other elves who are just like running around and doing hand-to-hand combat. They scream, but they're just kind of confused by what's happening. So you are able to
If
run.
they're attacking, they immediately reappear, right?
That's true. That's true. So they scream and then they like keep swinging and then they become visible again. And it's just kind of lost in the overall melee of elf on elf violence that's taking place in Christmas Town. You said, Sprinkle, that you wanted to run, but you're also carrying Marty, who is the size of you and very heavy. So it sounds like you're probably going to have to make a hardy roll if you don't just want to leave him in a pile of snow.
Hardy roll.
All right. That's a 7 plus 0.
Okay, you can't really carry him. You can roll him. It's not especially fast, but you're able to like barrel roll him forward in front of you.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, so if any of the elves were like not so busy fighting, they would see that there's like this wide path that's being carved in the snow. But they're busy. And you hear that voice again. We'll never surrender. We'll take Santa. We'll destroy the old man. I'm going to stay a baby forever.
Maybe.
So, where are you heading? This is your old stomping ground. You know your way around Christmas Town, especially when you're invisible. You can just duck and weave.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should be heading back to where Mrs. Claus is.
Okay, so you head back to the old Claus homestead.
Someone holding my hand.
You're on my back still.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, God, thank you. Okay.
You're still on elf back.
Okay. I didn't want to be stuck in the middle of the melee. Okay.
As you run, you see explosions left and right, and there is there is actually a barricade that has been formed out of like broken toys and like charred presents in a perimeter around the Claus compound. You duck and weave in your invisible state until you make it back into the house, where Mrs. Claus, she sees the door sort of rattle open, and she draws a sword. It holds it at you. It says, "Reveal yourself, coward."
Wait.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I assume it's been roughly
Or
a minute
you just
anyway.
tell her. You have to wait 10 more seconds and we'll be there.
It's you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, this has been terrible. Hubby's condition is only getting worse, and we are under attack by this terrible winged baby.
Ooh.
Ugh.
He's
we got all the
turned.
things.
he's gotten half of the elves to betray the creed and but you have the items. Then maybe you're strong enough to make an incursion and face New Year's baby 2020 in battle. I think
I can't even hear you. It looked bad. Everyone's reacting very poorly.
and like through the like little rustic windows, there's like explosions, and there's like, alarms going, and there's fireworks for some reason, because there's a little fireworks factory in Christmas Town that's seen better days. And Mrs. Claus says, he's been howling propaganda and trying to rile up the other elves. He says that because 2020 has been so weird, he hasn't had to grow up, and he doesn't want 2020 to ever end.
Ugh.
No.
I mean, you know about the Christmas, like the New Year's babies, right? Like they're born in the start of the year, and then they get really old, and then a new baby's born and takes over from there. It's kind of a weird tradition, but I mean, who am I to judge? I live in the North Pole, and I'm married to Santa Claus. But you have the items?
Yeah. Sprinkle pulls them all out. Well, what do we do?
You must find him, and you must kill him.
Santa? Oh no, the baby.
No. I'm sorry. I recognize that the use of the pronoun there might have been confusing. No, please do not widow me and kill Saint Nicholas. No, you have to find the New Year's baby, and you must put an end to his dastardly schemes by whatever means necessary. And I know that you've been through a lot, and I know that we teach you elves that doing harm to another living creature is naughty, and that's why when you hurt someone, you have to roll using naughty. But in this battle, you have to tap into all of your strengths. So when you're attacking, you can use any stat to attack, and you can use any stat for damage, and you can use all of these artifacts that you have collected, and maybe, just maybe, you can defeat the power of 2020.
Dope.
All right, let's do it. Let's ship out.
What are we doing, guys?
We're gonna kill a baby.
Sprinkle is gonna try to sign the whole deal of what we're doing. We have to go kill the New Year's baby.
Yeah. Yep. Crispy.
Hey, let's kill a baby.
Yep. So, good luck, elves. May God have mercy on your souls. Even though you stole his throne, so he might be mad at you, but hopefully not. Hopefully he's cool with this, because 2020 has been really awful.
We made him a better throne, all right? Much more ergonomic throne, okay?
That's using your elf noggins. Now go kick some baby ass.
Okay. So I'm assuming now we're going to be storming wherever this baby is.
Certainly seems that way.
Okay.
And you can hear him. He's just kind of screeching rigmarole and trying to psych up his betrayer elves. So you can hear him. You can probably navigate to his position.
Does anyone else smell like a Margaritaville right now, guys? Smells really bad right now.
Probably all the burning money.
It's probably me.
So there's a montage of everyone suiting up and sort of putting on their gear. So can everyone depict their elf putting on all of their stuff that they've gained throughout the course of the adventure? And chat, let us know if anyone's missing anything.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, Puddin, I think, acquired the toastiest coat and then has a ruby. So has finagled a way to pin the ruby onto the lapel of this literal bread jacket.
Yes. Oh, and I'm sorry I didn't mention this before. The ruby is +1 bright.
Oh, dope.
Yep. Sprinkle, what have you got?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I have the throne of God, right?
Oh, that old thing.
Can I like motorize the throne of God? Put some wheels on it? and ride it
Yeah.
around like a death chariot?
You absolutely can. You turn it into like an extremely threatening jazzy scooter.
Yes, it's a floating mech chair, like the chat says.
It's a hover round.
And it hovers. Yes.
Yes, it does. And it plays sick tunes the whole
Oh, yeah.
time. Coco, describe your armament.
So it says I have jingle balls, which I don't know how
But what
many.
weapons do you have?
I have a knife that was forged out of a broken wine bottle, and that's it. So my plan is to try and get the troops that are like on the way riled up as backup, because I'm better at like talking and getting people to like, you know, all gung-ho about whatever our mission is. So I'm going to be more
Yes.
support, I think, than direct attacking.
Oh yeah, you're not DPS. You're support and heals.
No.
Just support. Crispy,
Okay. Well,
how are you rolling into battle?
first I'm still got some bubble wrap on, right? I have
Yep.
Silent Night
Ooh.
still in my hair, but I'm actually gonna take it down. Don't really know what Silent Night does other than it's a gun with a silencer. Obviously gonna do a little load action, put it in my holster. Shouldn't do that before you do that, but that's what I'm doing. Then I have the nose of Rudolph the Betrayer. I'm sticking it on top of my own nose because I wear my enemy's body parts in battles. And then I lift up Soggy Bottom Cake. And in a cry of vengeance, I swear upon the dead soul of Paul Hollywood, that horrible, beastly being, and I smash it onto the ground and I say, fucking take your own handshake and shove it up your ass. And then I'm ready.
Okay. So
And just an addendum, sorry, Jane. Puddin also has the candy cane of power.
thank you,
So-
chat.
Yes. Thank you.
So fully garbed
Wait.
and outfitted for battle. Coco?
Should I, before we leave, I just have one thing to say, because I need to use a miracle, because we need more health than this if we're doing an assault. So I'm like, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. All right. I know we're outnumbered, maybe outgunned. We're not really sure, because we do have some sweet trinkets on our side, but we have the power of good on our side. Yeah, we've done a few naughty things, but it was all in the service of the greater good, which is saving Santa, saving Christmas, saving it for the kids. Remember, they believe in us, and we are gonna rock this. Break.
And everyone gets 2 points of healing except for Crispy, who can't hear. Unless potentially, Sprinkle, you want to do a truncated dance to just get the high points of the speech.
Oh, apparently
Sprinkle's like, nah, I don't have time for this.
Chat is informing me that I also have the PS5 of elusiveness. So can I I'm gonna wire it into the mech chair, the throne of God, to also make it elusive. Is it like fully invisible? I don't know.
Yeah, so now you activate like a stealth protocol, and also
Yes.
it plays like the next generation of games in shockingly high fidelity. Yeah, so you have a fully tricked out hover chair that has united finally PlayStation and God. So together at last, 2 great tastes that taste great together. Is there anything else that you want to do before you head out? And you know what, Crispy, you can have the hit points too. After all, it's Christmas. So why
Does
don't
that mean I can hear again?
Yes. You hear the tail end of a wonderful speech about how much the children love you and blah blah blah, all of that stuff that you're too
It
cynical
sucks.
for.
I hate it. I wish I didn't hear about it at all. I wish I was deaf again.
Well, we'll see. you are heading into battle against a truly terrible foe who, as you stand there, flies down, swooping and hovering. He says, well, 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 if it isn't some really kitted out elves here to try and ruin my beautiful, beautiful year.
I think Puddin's just gonna try to jump up and hook his diaper with the candy cane to try to like pull him down to the ground.
Yeah, let's go into combat. So I am going to roll.
The time for talking is over. I pull out my piece of glass.
Okay, so I am going to roll to see what turn Baby New Year acts on. And I think that Puddin has indicated something hook and diaper related that's on their mind. So why don't you go ahead and try?
Alrighty.
So
So
roll your highest attack stat.
Yep. So that's a 17 plus my hardy, which is 5, so 21.
Okay, you managed to get. Well, tell me what you managed to do. You have the candy cane, right?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Puddin does a run and leap and jumps up and says, "For Santa!" and grabs it and gets the hook right into like the side of the diaper where it's smallest. So it goes in over the waist and out all over the leg and just yanks him down to the ground.
Okay, yeah, you managed to take this flying, grotesque baby who is, it should be said, like the size of a small car. And you managed to yank him down with a terrible crash, and his wings land, and he lets out a baby-like terrible wail. Ah, my legs and wings and stuff. Who would like to go next?
I would like.
Made him substantially easier to hit, although it did not itself do damage.
I would like to attempt to attack his wings vis-a-vis my broken shard of glass knife. My highest stat is actually my nice, but we'll just go with the number, right? Oh, I got 16 plus 5, so 21.
Yeah, you managed to do a number on those wings with your broken glass bottle. Roll me some damage, please.
Is that a D4 or D20? What am I rolling?
That's a D4 plus your highest stat.
Okay. I got a 4, so 9.
Yes, you like begin to hack away at his monstrous dragon wings as he goes, "Ah, my wings! Ah, get this mean elf off of me!" And it's his turn now. So he turns to you with his weird baby teeth and tries to take a big old bite out of you, Coca. Oh, but that is only a 9, which is not quite enough to bite an elf. But in his next breath, as he sort of snaps his weird little teeth, he says, I can't bite you, but maybe my murder hornets will be able to do a little more damage. As a swarm of hornets descends down upon you. But who would like to go next?
I want to shoot the baby.
Okay. Let's make it a silent night.
Sprinkles, you can go ahead if you would like to.
So
Sorry, I got too excited.
No, that's fine. So they're murder hornets now?
There are murder hornets descending upon you.
Yeah, okay. So the PS5 of elusiveness also has like the air vents shoot out like basically like heat rays. And
yes.
So I'm gonna pilot the Throne of God to like melt the murder hornets using the PS5 on the back.
Okay, so make me an attack roll to like position the PS5. So the creepy little holes that are on the tech, like why does a gaming console need holes on this? It's so weird. But like point them.
So that's a D20 plus my highest stat, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 19.
Yep. Okay, you managed to like air fry some of the hornets. Now it's a huge swarm, so you don't manage to take out the whole thing, but you think that you've managed to neutralize maybe a third of them. But sadly, it is their turn next. And, Puddin is really, really sticky from all kinds of things, including the big sugary treat still stuck to their chest. The hornets see you, they love sugar, and they are going to descend upon you. Oh, that's a 16 on the die. So they swarm around you terribly and do 5 stinging damage as they pierce your spacesuit with painful stingers.
Well, I think in response, Puddin will just take off the coat of toastiness and offer that up to them. And also use the miracle point to regain those 5 points.
Okay, yeah. So you use your miracle point, you get the 5 hit points back. And it sounds like you're trying to curry favor with the murder hornet, which is
them.
an interesting play. Yeah, so why don't you roll nice to try and be here, pay attention to this.
18 plus 2, 20.
Yeah. They actually seem to flitter inside of the cloak of toastiness, filling it out like they're a weird sort of shadow creature. They just fly away.
Okay. And
it looks like a bizarre wasp-based life form has recently found purchase in the North Pole.
And then
not really suited for that
and
climate.
Then Puddin's gonna yell, "Crispy, shoot him!"
Roll me some damage, please. Crispy, you're up.
Here I am. A silent night. I've been trained. Learned not to shoot over my shoulder. I'm ready.
Take the shot, Crispy. Kill 2020.
I just wanna line up and aim, but in my head it starts to go in slow motion and Nascent Dorma starts to play, and then I line it up and I just I get to kill a baby. So I just which is the baby's worst nightmare actually, for many reasons. So right between the eyes, I aim and I take a shot, and it's silent because it has a silencer on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to roll for that. Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no, I got a 10, but then I got 5 naughty, so it's 15. But I have miracle points, so I kind of just wanted to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, what does your special gift allow you to do?
My special gift allows me to animate an object.
What object would you like to animate?
The bullet.
That's what I was thinking. I really wanted the bullet to come alive.
You're gonna JoJo this guy.
Yes. This is some six
Okay,
pixels.
so do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna animate this. I'm gonna animate this bullet. So that as it gets to him, it's gonna be Heat Miser style, claymation, and it's gonna but it's gonna have a top hat, and its number is gonna be really snappy.
Yes.
The sort of jazzy one, but also the mean one, because he's clearly the bad guy. And as it gets closer to the baby, the face starts to get meaner and meaner. And the baby keeps crying, and the crying sort of goes in harmony with the bullet song, which is just you're gonna die, and it's real snappy and jazz. And then as the baby is about to try and swat it away, the bullet does a little grapevine right in front of its hand, misses the swat, hits him right in the head.
And the last words that New Year's Baby 2020 says is, "I'm gonna make sure that this year lasts forever." As a bullet enters its little gross, huge baby skull, and it falls dead. And suddenly, the North Pole falls silent again.
And then
a silent night.
Oh.
Love it.
Epilogue. You're sitting around the fireplace as Mrs. Claus comes out of the bedroom, and she says, "I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be able to do what he needs to do. And now that it's Christmas it won't be 2020 forever. We'll have a healing holiday with all of our friends near and far. We'll spend a lot of time with them, maybe 12 hours, which frankly sounds like bananas, but maybe as many as 12 hours. And then at the end of it, Santa's going to come around and he's going to tell us some stories. Isn't that going to be nice, elves? Isn't
I
that
love
gonna
stories.
be
No,
nice?
it's gonna suck.
Okay, well,
Hate it.
Crispy, your head's still bleeding. Why don't you come back and I'll patch
Yeah,
you
do
up?
we go to the infirmary? I think you might need to take a.
Yeah.
Wish I was
Yeah,
deaf
and you're
again.
carried there on the hands of all of the other elves, and you've saved Christmas. Yay! We've done it. Thank you so much to all of the elves through all of the sessions. Thank you for the DMs. Thank you to everybody who's organized the stream so far. We are going to cut to Santa Bachman reading us some delightful holiday stories.
And a big thank you to
and-
Jane for writing this game that we all had so much fun with.
Yes, thank you.
Yay! This is awesome.
My
So good.
privilege. Now, on to the next stream.
Good night,
All
everybody.
right.
Bye. Thanks for having us.